Get to the root of the problem and repair your latent DNA, health and wellness. You must get to the root of the problem before you begin to heal. Don't expect to jump from point A to point Z and slide your way into a higher vibrational frequency. You can do various things to help you repair your latent DNA. Work on the physical, mental, spiritual. Physical, don't forget to exercise. You can walk several blocks or you can walk around your house. Stretch before you go to bed to help with your joints. According to the Mayo Clinic, exercise controls weight, combats health conditions, improves mood, and has many other benefits. Exercising helps you get to the root of the problem by preventing ailments in the body. You feel better when you exercise, so why not do it? You lose weight and it makes you feel better, so it's a win-win. Spiritual. Everything we do is spiritual. Laughing is spiritual. Swaying your head back and forth when there's no music is spiritual. Learn to spend quiet moments by yourself and breathe. Connect with your higher selves and ask them questions. Study everything about you. Deep thinking and connecting with higher beings can help you get to the root of your problem. If you are unsure of anything, ask your higher selves questions. You will always get an answer. Make time during the day to meditate and balance your state of being. It's calming. Mental. Learn to control your emotions by doing breathing exercises. Being always negative will affect your way of life. Your actions always mimic your thoughts, so be careful of your thoughts. The root word of mental is pertaining to the mind. You want to keep your mind sharp at all times. Remember what Buddha said. He said, "What you think, you become." Keep positive thoughts in your mind because things can balance themselves out. Monitoring your thoughts. Get to the root of the problem. Speaking of thoughts, learn to master your thoughts. Inanna too gave us that secret after members of the Anu dynasty unplugged a portion of our DNA. Before you do anything, there's always a thought. For example, let me go and wash those dishes before it gets too late. You have to think before washing the dishes. The biggest problem you have stems from the negative thoughts you put out. Isaac Newton's third law of motion states, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. You determine how your life turns out based on your thoughts. For example, you plot to destroy someone else's life. Following your train of thought, you will destroy that individual's life. However, it does not end there. The individual will push back and attempt to do what you did to the person. Be careful of your thoughts because they shape your actions. Spending time in nature. Spend less time around your computers, cell phones, tablets, and other gadgets, and spend more time in nature. That's how you learn to connect with the earth and other spirits around you. Talk to the trees and ask them questions because they hear you. They will help you solve any problem. Your ancestors are in the trees, and they know you very well. They have been waiting for you to speak to them. They won't interfere unless you ask them questions. When you sun gaze, take off your shoes and connect with the earth. You need the solar flares from the sun because the codes are coming from there. Always ground yourself into the dirt. Nature helps you become more aware because of the various activities taking place. Birds chirp, animals make noises, and you can hear the cars on the road or people talking. Being in nature forces you to pay attention, so when you get messages, it's easier to receive them. Listening to your intuition and picking up your messages. Listening to your intuition can help you get to the root of your problem. Your intuition is your internal compass, or a messenger if you will. Everything you do involves listening to your intuition. One minute you are sitting quietly doing something when you get interrupted by a message to go to the back door. Some might ignore the message, but let's say you listen to it and go to the back door. When you get there, you realize you have left the door open. It was also raining, so water would have gotten inside the house if you had ignored the message. That's how your intuition works. Sometimes you get messages at the most inconvenient time. Please don't ignore them because picking up those messages ties to your psychic abilities. The more you pick up those messages, the sharper your psychic abilities. Focus on yourself and fight only your battles. One significant problem people have is paying attention to others while ignoring their affairs. When you occupy your mind with someone else's affairs, you miss out on what's happening inside you. All of their issues take root in your brain, while you ignore things that are happening within you. That's distracting and prevents you from picking up missed messages. Your life will pass you by if you always focus on others. Shadow work. You must face your shadows if you want to move up to a higher vibrational frequency. Your shadows are emotions or experiences you tuck away because they are painful and you don't want to face them. For example, someone died in your care because you weren't paying attention. I know it's a painful experience, but you must face it when it comes to the forefront. The simple exercise to do is to forgive yourself for what took place. If you must cry, do so, but forgive yourself so you can move on with your life. Various experiences will come forefront of your mind. Your higher self is forcing you to face the situation head-on by apologizing or forgiving. All the apologizing and forgiving take place in your mind. Getting to the root of the problem by apologizing always makes you feel better. Besides, you can only move to a higher vibrational frequency if you make amends. The current energy won't allow it. That's why you need to apologize or forgive yourself. Connect with your multidimensional selves. Getting to the root of your multidimensional self will help you heal your latent DNA and solve any problem. According to Inanna, all of us are multidimensional beings. She projected various multidimensional versions of herself onto Earth in the hopes of repairing our latent DNA. Inanna said that we are capable of doing the same thing, but we have forgotten how to do it. Most of you shift in and out of various forms without knowing it. Connecting the dots when doing so will help you with any problem. For example, what if you are about to build a house but need to learn about architecture? You tell yourself that you will project a version of yourself into an architect, and by doing so, you figure out a blueprint for your house. That's how it works, but we don't remember how to do it. Inanna wants us to connect to all of the multidimensional versions of ourselves because they are a part of us. One version of you might be an alcoholic, and another version is an abuser. A third version of you is always sober and wants nothing to do with the alcoholic or abusive side of you. The problem is those two versions of yourself are still a part of who you are. You need to heal and bring all versions of yourself as one being. It's similar to dealing with your shadow self. Your shadow self is a multidimensional version of yourself. Inanna suggests healing those broken parts of yourself and accepting that they are a part of who you are. They are not separate from you. Once you fully grasp this concept, you are on your way to healing your latent DNA. Conclusion: you are currently getting upgrades if you have been putting in the work. Please continue to do the following. Continuing to do the actions I just listed is not just about the present, it's about shaping your future. These actions, when practiced consistently, will not only repair your latent DNA but also instill discipline in you, paving the way for a more fulfilling and successful life.